All right. Let's talk about goal setting, understanding your goals and setting more specific goals. Man, do I love talking about this. And I'm going to try to keep it short because I like to film long videos. I like to record a lot of audio and talking about this because sometimes I feel like 90% of people who listen to anything related to entrepreneurship, business, motivation, self-improvement don't generally understand the whole aspect of the point that I'm trying to get across, or that any speaker is trying to get across, any instructor. So I'm going to try to put this in perspective to make it easier for the people who don't just essentially get it the first time they hear it. Let's say you've thought to yourself, or you've heard someone say, I want to be a millionaire. And let me talk about why this is, one, not true, why this is, two, an illusion, and why this is the worst possible way to go about setting a goal. It's almost like saying, I want to have a girlfriend. I want a boyfriend, right? The truth is, no, you don't want a boyfriend. You want to be satisfied in a relationship that actually works for the both of you. You want to be with a guy or a girl who loves you and reciprocates your love for them. All right. You want to have someone who can experience a relationship as not only a partner or a best friend or a significant other, but also, a wife, a companion, a business partner. You want someone that's going to fill all of the gaps in your life, right? You want someone that can grow with you long term to ultimately be your husband or wife. You want to bear kids with this person. You want to have someone that is going to appreciate what you do for them. Now, when you go around telling yourself, I want a boyfriend, that makes you feel subconsciously, that makes your subconscious feel desperate, feel like you are in desperate need of that significant other. So you'll be more likely to accept the first opportunity that comes around because you're conditioning yourself to think that you want a boyfriend, that is your end goal, that without a boyfriend or without a girlfriend, you are incomplete. That without a girlfriend, you are lonely or bored, or you're missing out on a great opportunity to, experience things that other people are experiencing in their relationships, right? Just like when we say we want to be successful and we want to make $1 million, that leads us to believe that we're missing out on experiences that millionaires are experiencing. When the actual reality of it is, we have more of an opportunity to experience the things that we think we're missing out on, because millionaires have more responsibility. Millionaires don't have nearly as much time as we do. We like to call it free time, right? It's not actually free because, millionaires actually have paid time, where if they go and spend 12 hours doing what they want to do, they're getting paid in those 12 hours. So their free time is actually being compensated for, right? We think that being a quote unquote millionaire is going to make our lives better. We think that we want to be a millionaire, or we want to make $1 million because that's what we're lacking, right? So we're going to be so quick to take the first opportunity that comes to us, even though we're not passionate about it, even though it's not exactly what we're looking for as far as lifestyle choices, right? So the truth is, you don't want to be a millionaire. The truth is, you want to spend $1 million on having a better set of friends, a better circle of people around you who have the same lifestyle goals. You want to have better relationships. You want to have less of a worry about where your money's going to come from. You want to have less of a worry about whether or not you can make certain decisions. You want those decisions to not be obligated by your money. But here's the thing: if you're going to spend $1 million as soon as you get it, right? Because there are actual other tangible things that you want, experiences that you want, that you need that $1 million for. The truth is, you don't want $1 million. You want to spend it, right? Because there's an end goal with spending that $1 million. All right, does that make sense? It's not that I want $1 million. If I'm gonna spend it, I didn't want the $1 million in the first place. There's something else that I wanted, that I needed the $1 million for, or that I thought I needed the $1 million for, right? So understanding your goals, you don't want to say something so simple to say, I want to be successful, or I want $1 million. Understanding your goals means you know exactly what that $1 million is going to bring into your life, to create a different lifestyle for you, to create different relationship opportunities for you. So a more realistic goal or set of goals would be, I want $3 million because I want to put $1 million away for 2 kids to be able to go to college or start a business. I want the other $1 million for a house for myself, a house for my mother, and a house for my kids, so that when I retire, I can hand this house to my kids to live in while I go and live, on the side of the beach or in the Caribbeans or wherever. And each of these houses is going to cost me $250,000 cash, right? I want 4 cars in my garage because I have a 3-family household and I'd like to travel in one of the cars with my family, right? I want to live in West Hollywood, California, and the cost of the house alone is going to be $1 million. So I'd like to have $2 million set aside so that I can live comfortably for 5 years while I build a specific business. You want to have your goals set so specifically that you understand why that monetization is in place, why the $1 million is important to you. If your end goal is, I want $1 million, you will never find the perfect or the most beneficial opportunities for you to actually go and make that $1 million. Because once you do find one opportunity to make $1 million and your end goal is to make $1 million, you'll jump on that train, and then you'll have the shiny object syndrome, where you see there's another opportunity that might be easier for you to make $1 million, and you'll recycle the first opportunity and jump onto the second one, just to kind of reset the time that it takes for you to actually tangibly make $1 million, right? You won't have enough drive, motivation, reason, dedication to actually stick to your first opportunity that was presented to you to seriously make $1 million. Once you know specifically what your goals are, I want to have 3 kids. I want to live in, Nashville, Tennessee. I want to marry a woman that I fall in love with before I have kids, or, however you want your relationship to play out. And I know that $3 million is what I'm going to need to retire with at least one of those million comfortably, right? While I work this job that I'm so passionate about, or while I build this business with half of that money. You've got to know specifically what your end goal is, why it's important to you, who it's going to benefit outside of yourself, why you want it to benefit those people, what you plan to do in your lifestyle, with your choices, decisions, with your living situations, right? You've got to have it so set, very specific. Okay, so as you go through this course, I don't want you to think to yourself, I don't want you to have in your mind at all that you want to be a millionaire or you want $1 million, right? Because this course, you may not be dedicated or persistent and consistent enough with taking this course to actually become successful. All right, because if you don't know why you're taking this course, what your end goal is with building a social media or digital agency, then you won't go through the entire course and actually build a digital agency. You're going to lose the motivation, you're going to lack the dedication, all right, and eventually you might give up, because you need that motivation inside of you, that self-motivation. You need that self accountability, and wanting $1 million is not enough to hold you accountable to actually complete the things you say you want to do or are going to do. All right, if you say you want to have at least $1 million put away in your kids' college fund so that they can go to the college of their choice, or travel the world and do good things for good people and donate their time to charitable causes, that alone is what might drive you, right? If you say, I grew up without this and I know that I couldn't experience the life, the cities, the people, the places that I wanted to go because there was a lack of finances. If you say, I want my marriage to not be obligated by my financial stability, that right there is what will actually drive you to accomplishing the goals that you're likely to set out for yourself. Okay, so set your goals and be more specific with your goals. Don't just say, I want $1 million. Figure out, and this is what you're going to use that first spiral notebook for: specific goals. Don't write anything else in this spiral notebook. You can write your goals once a day. You can write your goals once a week. All right, I recommend at least once a week, but make sure you start on that first page and dedicate maybe a page to a specific goal. Like on the first page of this spiral notebook, you'll want to write down every goal you have for the type of house you want. I want a brick house that's dark colored brick with hardwood floors in West Hollywood, California, 5 bedrooms, 2 stories, 3-car garage, etc., with this much land, blah blah blah. And you put all of that on page 1, specifically dedicated to the exact style of house that you want. Page 2, you're traveling. I want to go this place, 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 right? And I want to do all of this before my 40th birthday. I want to take my kids here, 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 and here because, and this is how much it's going to cost me, right? Page 3, I want to start this business because I want to solve this problem, and this is how much it might cost me, right? Page 4, I'd like to have this much money saved in this account. I'd like to invest this much into Roth IRA, mutual funds, right? Stocks and bonds, because I want to have this much money by the time I retire on my 35th birthday, right? I want to save this much money in this fund or this account so that kid A, B, and C can choose where they want to travel on their 18th birthday. All right, you've got to set very specific goals and separate each page with the different goals so that you can be very specific. Obviously, your goals will change over time. So what you'll do is rip out the page that's no longer relevant and curate the content from that page that is still true to the goal that you have set, and make adjustments wherever possible. Don't erase, just rip out the page, create a whole new page, and rewrite down your goals, making the necessary adjustments so that you can instill what you are currently writing in real time in your subconscious mind, so that it can be easier for that subconscious mind to capture, to pull in that information like a sponge, right? To soak in that information as you write it. Okay, so use this practice to set more specific goals. Use this practice to understand what your real goals are. And this is going to help you in setting your goals, not only for building this agency, but for building a sustainable business so that it can benefit your last name, your family, and the generations to come. I'll see you on the inside.